Hey, it's Chantal Girardi from Online Business Marketing. And did you know February is the new January? Well, it feels that way anyway. So we've just started back in our marketing masterclasses. And when you are one of my clients or you are a VIP marketing masterclass member, you get to join in these Monday 1 to 2 p.m. Queensland activities. Today, we're going to go through how you can boost your productivity and your performance this year, so you can be more profitable as a business owner. And it's some of the yucky stuff that none of you are doing or avoiding doing or procrastinating doing. And it's the stuff that I'm going to make you do because I know that you'll be profitable if you do it. It is the stuff that a lot of people don't want to do, but it's the stuff that the people that do become profitable because they do it. Okay. What is the difference between those who succeed and make money and go on holidays and look relaxed and happy and run these successful businesses and run around with no care in the world versus the rest that are like this frantically, 5 a.m. in the morning until 10 p.m. at night, working 7 days a week and, no time for exercise, no time for the kids, no time for everything, stressed all the time. What is the difference between the two? I'm going to share with you those things today. And hoping that you're going to take some of them as on board. The fact that you showed up live today or even to watch the recording shows me or tells the universe, tells God, whoever you like, it tells the world that you are actually dedicated to being a successful professional. If you weren't, you wouldn't have shown up. You would not have shown up for yourself today, or you would not have shown up for this. The only thing you've got to do is show up and take action, because education on its own is not enough. So this saying I absolutely love, and I did just share it on a story on one of my socials. To think is easy. Okay, who of you think? Thinking's easy. I don't know if you're like me. I'm thinking all the time. Apparently, I'm overthinking everything all the time. To think is easy. To act is hard. Who finds it hard to act? I do. I'm an activator, but I find it hard to act on things I don't really want to do. New things, challenging things, uncomfortable things I've got to learn and do. To act is hard. But the hardest thing in the world is to act in according to your thinking. And then for me, the other thing is, what are you thinking? Have I just blown your mind? Because what are you thinking? Because if you're thinking negative things, if you're thinking it's not going to be possible, if you're thinking that, this is never going to work, if you're overthinking things or overanalyzing things, and then you're taking action on those things or not taking action because of those things, you're going to stay where you are. So today we're going to help you take it to the whole new level. So we're going to explore how strategic planning and goal setting can transform your business and propel you towards a profitable business. For me, it is always about your business being profitable so you can play more. And if you go and look at my social media, you will see that I am very, very big on being able to live most of my life offline. I don't like being online. I want to get my online stuff so good that I can play and be offline as much as possible. And I want that for you as well. Now, it's so easy for us to get caught in the hustle and bustle of, running our businesses, and we often neglect the most important things. We either neglect them or we avoid them in our business. And one of those things that we often neglect and avoid taking care of is the business owner, the person in the driver's seat. And obviously, with the 25 years in the health, wellness, fitness area, I'm incredibly passionate about you personally being able to perform well so that you can drive and steer your ship in the right direction. Okay. Prioritizing your own well-being is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. And I find it really interesting to note how many successful business owners exercise. How many? In the olden days, they didn't. They were overweight, they smoked, they drank. That was how it is. But in this day and age, if you go look at successful entrepreneurs and business owners, and you have a look at what they do in a day, how many are eating healthy, doing breath work, meditating, exercising? So you know what? If that's a recipe for it, why don't we take that recipe and follow it? It's that simple. That's simple. We've just got to do it. Richard Branson said, take care of yourself. When you don't sleep, eat crap, don't exercise, and are living off adrenaline for too long, your performance will suffer. And neglecting your own needs ultimately undermines your ability to be able to lead in your business, to be innovative in your business, and to be able to thrive in the fast-paced world of your business. because being a business owner is a fast-paced industry. It is. Who here finds their business and running a business slow? No one. It's fast. There's a lot to do all the time. So in order for us to be able to keep up with it, we've got to make sure that we are a healthy, happy entrepreneur. When you overwork and you spend your time on non-productive activities, you'll find yourself lacking in crucial areas that are essential for business owners. Your creativity becomes stifled as your mind becomes consumed with overwhelm, and there's very little room in your brain to think clearly, to problem solve, to make directions. And you end up becoming bogged down in day to day. Now, here's the thing. There's the day-to-day running of your business, and then there's the planning, strategizing, creating that has to happen on top of it, right? If you just woke up every day and did the day-to-day in your business, you would never grow, right? You'd stay on a straight line. How could you possibly grow if you just did the day-to-day stuff? You have to do the other stuff, like the planning, the strategizing, the experimenting, the innovation stuff, the systemizing, because that's the stuff that's now going to take you to the new level. So when this happens, what happens? Our overall happiness takes a big dive. Okay, we become overwhelmed, become anxious, become unhappy. We might even start to resent our business, not look forward to running it. And what happens? I had actually a friend contact me the other day who said she's going through a bad time. And you know what she said to me? She said, Chantel, I need someone else to run my social media because I know that right now my spirit is so low that when I go onto social media, what do? I just spit out, buy from me, 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 buy from me. Or I just buy this, buy that, buy this. She goes, I can't be creative. My stuff is hard. It's cold. It doesn't connect. And she goes, I know it's me because I'm not in the right frame of mind right now. So, because we can't. Non-productive word can drain your energy and drains your enthusiasm. So if we know that non-productive activities drain us, what does that mean? Take out non-productive activities. All right. If you're watching Netflix for 2 hours a day, but you're spending 20 minutes on your marketing, what do you think? Non-productive versus productive. Easy, swap it. Do 2 hours of marketing, 20 minutes of Netflix. Try doing more productive activities. And when you approach tasks holistically and prioritize planning and productivity, your creativity flourishes. How many of you, when you're exercising, get a good idea? I know Daryl does because he'll be in the middle of running and I'll be like, Chantel, just running right now. And I just thought of this. Okay. And that's Daryl because he's exercising, he's outside, he's in his happy place, and he's just got an amazing activity. And I'm exactly the same. When I'm outside, when I'm at a water hole, when I'm grounding myself 24 hours, just going. And yesterday I went to the wetlands and walked around with kangaroos. Come back, all the ideas ever. I'm so excited, so full of enthusiasm. So it ends up having the natural byproduct of all of that is a well-balanced and purposeful approach to business ownership. Well-balanced, purposeful approach. You might want to write that somewhere because I feel like if you want a well-balanced, purposeful approach to your business, you will naturally perform at a higher level. And guess what? You'll do less work and you'll play more. A third of my year is holidays. Every day I exercise or go outside. If I took all that time and looked at how much time I work versus how much time I do other stuff. However, I have doubled my business every year. Why? I'm actually having more fun. And I'm making more money. And it's coming energetically. I've opened up the universe for abundance. Okay. I just need you to trust me. Remember I said that earlier? Trust me. You've got to believe and trust. And take it from other people. Gather evidence to support that what I'm saying is correct. Look at this person. He only works a 4-hour week. Look at this person. They only do this and they're rich. So it is possible. So gather in evidence to support it's true. All right. So planning for success. Effective planning is the cornerstone for any successful business. Fail to plan, plan to fail. As an ex-triathlete, can you imagine if I pitched up for a triathlon and I had not cycled or got on a bike, I had not gone and bought the outfit, I had not gone to any training sessions, I had not ever run before, I'd never swum in a lake before with a whole bunch of people, how do you think I would perform on that day? I would die, literally die, because I die on triathlon days. Well, I used to die on triathlon days when I did plan and prepare. So can you imagine if I didn't? So planning is the cornerstone for everything. And ideally, they say that, you should plan actually the night before so that you sleep well, wake up, and you already know what you're going to do, that you've broken things up into time blocks. And we are going to talk more about time management and time blocking in our next session because that's a big one. So setting goals literally is going to be the roadmap for you, and having them somewhere visual that you can see them is really important. You want to make sure that they define your business objectives and they're specific, measurable goals that align with your visions for success. So for example, if I'm going to say that I'm going to double my business, I'm going to say that I'm going to do it, I'm going to double my business and yet still lead a soul satisfying life that allows me the time to be able to play and get outside. So it needs to align with your vision. It needs to excite you. Whether or not it's increasing your revenue, and actually looking at numbers is really important. Instead of just saying, I want to double my business, but actually looking at physical numbers and knowing your numbers is so important. For those of you who have done my previous training on that, there are on the website under free resources, under blog, under finances, I do go into that, but knowing your numbers is fundamental. I know Joanne's very much a numbers girl, which is awesome. So she'll know her numbers, which is perfect. You want to make sure that you're breaking it down so that you can not just have like a big goal, but you can break it down into actionable steps all the time, and then actually develop a timeline or a plan of how you're going to achieve it. So first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. Because what happens when we look at the big thing, we get completely overwhelmed. We get too nervous to even start because it looks too overwhelming. Whereas if we just go, I'm just going to do that one thing. Then after I've done that one thing and I've ticked it, I'm just going to go do the second thing and then just do the next thing. And it's important that you meet those deadlines and continually look at the strategy and how it's progressing, because you may need to pivot and you may need to relook at your goals, because often when you start working towards something, you find that other stuff is needed. Okay. I was currently hiring for a particular role in my business. We have now stopped hiring for that role and we're hiring for a completely different role, because based on the new business that I've taken on and the direction it's taken, I actually need something more importantly in my business than that. So make sure that you are able to adapt, pivot, and look at it and go, you know what, that doesn't serve me now. I need to change that. So review what's working or not working. Now, in order to boost productivity, these are some things that are super, super important to stay on top of, to make sure that to enhance your efficiency and your focus, and to maximize the opportunities that you have around you and accomplish your goals. So number one is decluttering. And I cannot say this enough. If your desk is messy, declutter it. If your workspace is messy, declutter it. I'm working with another client at the moment. They've actually moved from home into a workspace. They have tripled their productivity by not being at home. Now, they're a motivated, disciplined person who could work from home, but just moving into another space and doing that has made them eat better because they're now taking meals with them, has made them actually work a 9-to-5 day, and has made them more efficient with their thought process because they're not distracted by home activities. So productivity and decluttering, really important. Make sure that you declutter your workspace, declutter your inbox, declutter your systems, your processes, if you've got a 1,000 different, like I said, one of our biggest things was a lot of our clients have got so many systems in their business, so much software. They pay for so many things and so many softwares, so many different things to lose. It's so overwhelming. If that is, look at what's working and not working to get rid of it. And then just declutter as well from yourself. So whatever that looks like for you, go sage your work area, go cut some cords to any energy around you. Just, go push some of those spirits away from you, just to declutter your mind. Okay. And obviously meditation, breath work and stuff like that helps. I do meditation every single day, and I do breath work once or twice a week. I do breath work in my meditation, but I do a proper longer breath work once or twice a week, a longer journey, because that's where you clear the subconscious stuff. So number 2 for productivity is prioritizing tasks. So there's a couple of things here. You know, one of them is eating the frog. Eating the frog is about looking at what is the biggest thing that's going to be the most profitable thing that you need to do that day, and just do it. Throw everything else away. Throw changing your bed linen. Throw away running the dishwasher. Throw away even taking your kid to the park just for one day, just to get that one big thing done so that you can go to the park every day for the rest of your life. Okay? Very important that I said that, because I don't want you to think that I'm saying that you mustn't play with your children, because that's not what I'm saying. But for one day, if that's the thing holding you back, just do it. The best slogan ever in the whole world. Make sure that you complete those tasks. Now, I'm going to flip that on its head. There are some times where I have so many quick and easy tasks to complete that if I go crack out those 20 short, cheap and nasty ones straight away that day, I know the following day I can eat the frog better. Okay. Now I'm going to share that with you because that has sometimes worked for me. I checked myself. I wasn't procrastinating. I wasn't deflecting or procrastinating or avoiding. It literally was the better strategy for me at that time to knock those 20 little ones out so I could get that big one in the next day. Okay, as long as you do the big next one the next day. Now, number 3 is single tasking. There is no such thing as multitasking. Your brain can only do one thing at a time. So when you are multitasking, the brain cannot do one thing at a time. So whilst it's trying to do one thing at a time, it is trying. And it is the trying that is stressful. It is the trying that is exhausting. It is the trying that is wearing you out. So, and you know what? It's going to happen when you go, oh, let me do this. No, don't let me do that. The rule is I finish this before I do that. Catch yourself. You will be 80% more productive by just single tasking. Write that somewhere, single tasking. And when you catch yourself, no, I'm not doing that now. I'm coming to do this. Even my children will say, Mom, I'm coming right now. Is it an emergency? No. Okay, give me 5 minutes to complete this task and I'll be with you. My children can wait 5 minutes. It's not an emergency. Again, that's going to sound a bit harsh. Some people are going to be like, what? But they can. Bearing in mind, my children are older. Not an emergency. They're not dying. But I'm in the middle of something that is highly, that requires a lot of thinking. Me talking to my child right then and there is going to make me less productive and not finish this task, which means I'm actually going to take longer and not have time to play with them. All right. So no multitasking, make it a rule for this year. And when you time block, which we're going to be doing in our next session, this is going to help you with that. And number 4 is time management techniques. And there is the Pomodoro method, and there's also time blocking. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do that have worked for me and still work for me. I use them as a triathlete. I then actually use those techniques when I had my twins, and then when I had my twins plus another baby, and now I've used them in both in my multiple businesses. So, and part of that, I'm just going to share this with you, and especially for Daryl, for those of you who might have 2 businesses, I think Daryl here is the only one. But what I found is now that I've got the 2 businesses, I immediately went into working on both businesses throughout the day. And I remember that one of my strategies when I teach business owners is never, if you a multiple business owner, never work on the same business on the same day. I've had to change that rule because I can't possibly do that in my marketing, in both my marketing businesses, my marketing strategy and my marketing system business. But what I can do is I can work on one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And I do not cross over. This business is in the morning, that business is in the afternoon, and that is it. Or I will be multitasking, highly stressful, and not be efficient or productive. Okay? Because you cannot work to your optimum in the same thing the same day. All right, so the next one is wellness, and of course I have to throw that in here because a healthy body and mind is essential for sustained success in business. So prioritizing your well-being is absolutely fundamental. So exercising regularly, however that looks for you. If that is just walking, if that's yoga, whatever that looks like to you, it has to be in the diary, because if it's not in the diary, it's not happening. Okay? If it's not in the diary, it's not happening. Right? Right. It's not happening. And if you're not setting an alarm, if you struggle with that and you're not setting an alarm, well, it's not happening. I meditate every morning before I do anything else. Okay. Practice mindfulness. So mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing, staying grounded, and being present in the moment. I do that every single morning. I'm a routine girl. I find that, why wouldn't you follow a recipe if you know the recipe is the recipe for success? So follow the recipe. And why wouldn't you establish a routine if a routine feels easy? It's hard to get into a routine, but once you're in it, you just get up and you go. So I always look for the easiest way. I go, right, recipe, routine. Thank you very much. I'll do that. Establish a routine. And taking breaks is really important. Now, there are a couple of methods when it comes to this, and I really do believe that you got to work in your body cycle. Some of us are more creative in the morning, so make sure you do your creative thinking in the morning. Some of you might be creative in the evening, so you do your creative stuff at night. I do believe you have to work with energy inside your body. If you're a female, there might be certain times where you're less creative, or you're actually needing to work slower or take it down. This is where self-awareness is important, because you've got to ask yourself, am I procrastinating, or do I genuinely have a body issue thing happening right now and I have to show myself love? You can see how those two would have a great conversation where they would try to eat each other alive, right? So you've got to check yourself. And I honestly will talk to myself and go, is this a thing? Am I really feeling run down right now? Or I'm actually just unclear of what my next step is. So self-awareness, really important. Meditating will really help. There's a new app that I started. The app's called Balance. It's free for the first year, and then it's $130 a year. So make sure that you sign up, and then before it gets to the end of the year, you cancel the subscription so you don't pay the $130, or sign up with a new email address. I never told you that. But it's called Balance. It's absolutely amazing. It's got really short meditations. It's got really short breathwork stuff. The other one that I'm doing at the moment, and I think I've actually put all of these into the VIP Mastermind Facebook group, which the VIP members get. But the other one is called 21 Days of Abundance by Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra. It's free. It's on Spotify. There are 21 days. They are amazing, and they are really quick and easy. So if you want to start with something, start with that. All right, so as we go into our last one, it's around building a supportive network. And I cannot say this enough. I said this in the fitness industry. If you want to be a fitness model, you're not going to hang around bars and takeaway restaurants and friends who hang out there. You're going to hang around people who go to the gym morning, noon, and night, and you eat healthy and meal prep together, right? It's exactly the same. Now, it's important for you to take care of your spirit. So therefore, if you are hanging around negative Nancys who say things like, there's not enough money in the world, there's not enough time in the world, running a business is hard. If they are negative Nancys and they are around you, and that is the feedback you are getting continually, it is going to exhaust you, stress you out, and it's not going to help you thrive as a business owner. So be mindful of the things that you have around you. So for example, I used to listen, when I was younger, I listened to heavy metal. I cannot listen to heavy metal now. It absolutely destroys me. I can't. But I listen to all happy music. The whole time I literally ask Google to play happy music all the time, because I want something that's going to uplift me. So make sure that you are in a supportive network, but you're also monitoring the energies that are around you. So making sure that your friends, even your family, I choose to limit the time with certain members within my family because they do me more harm than good. Okay. And of course, the last one would be really important, is make sure that, when we said support like-minded people, make sure that you support like-minded people back. It's an energy exchange. offer support to people, share your knowledge and expertise, be a source of encouragement for others. When you give to others, you thrive. When somebody asked me, Chantel, how the heck were you literally for the entire month of December? I was just donating my time to charity, and most of the time in December, and then most of my time in January I was on holiday. How did that happen? I said, literally, because I believe that I had a positive mindset, I was faithful and trusting, and I was helping other people. And I just had this abundance just throw down on me, right? So it happens. We do need to get out of that whole fear and lack mentality. Meditation, breath work, all those other things are going to help you. And that's why we've included them in our VIP program, which in order for you to be a VIP member, you've either got to be a client or you've got to sign up to the monthly subscription. Have a look in the comments below and you'll be able to find that link.